Hello, hello guys. It's me here on a Tuesday Talk. So again, appreciative that you're here with me today. We're gonna talk about commitment to ourselves today. But before we get there, I want to welcome everybody. Those of you that are live with me today, and those of you that are gonna watch the replay later. I so appreciate you. And as I always say, if there's anything that I say that you think will make sense or make sense to you, don't forget to share this video. And I also want to say that you have to use the supermarket effect. I learned this a long time ago. If there's anything I say that you don't agree with, no problem, leave it on the shelf. So it's like when you go into the supermarket, you don't take everything you see. You just take what you need, right? Again, welcome everybody. Thank you for being with us on our Tuesday Talk. And we've been talking the last few weeks, actually the last couple of months, about our goals and our dreams, what are we doing from the last couple of months all the way to the next 12 months. And we're going to look back and see where we at, what we have accomplished. We're going to be so much close to our dreams because we've been working on our goals, right? And I know sometimes we might feel like, you're trying, but you can't accomplish certain things, or it's like you don't have the strength to do it, or you don't have the courage to do certain things. So that's why today we're going to talk about committing to ourselves, right? Having integrity to ourselves, because a lot of us, we do value our word. When you tell somebody you're going to do something, you do it. And you go out of your way to do it because you value your word. You want that person to not only trust you, but respect you, respect your word. So let's turn it around and do that for our own selves. Anything that you say you're going to do, it's your word. Your word is your bond. So the same way you want the person to respect you, do it for yourself. See yourself as another individual per se. I'm not talking about double personality, but let's say as much as you value somebody's opinion, it could be your parents, your teachers, your coworker, your friends, relatives. We do value people's opinion. We do value that they respect our word or that they believe what we say. But sometimes the reason we have a hard time on that get up and go as far as doing what we have to do to accomplish our goals so that eventually we could get to our dreams is because we know ourselves. We're not committed to it, or we don't even respect our own word because we have started and stopped and started and stopped so many times. But guess what? No more. We're going to be working on that, right? I'm working on it myself. You working on yourself. And no matter what it is, it could be you want to be, like I always say, the best employee in your organization, the best, whatever it is you want to do, the best salesperson, the best bodybuilder, whatever it is that you want to do. You have to start focusing on yourself and not so much on what people would say. So we have to work on ourselves, spend more time developing ourselves, because you could read, learn, hear about, go to 10,000 seminars about whatever technique it is that you want to do. But unless you work on yourself and you believe in yourself, it's not going to work. Let's use as an example a salesperson, right? Sales people, especially professional salesman or woman or salesperson, they attend seminars, they read books, they go to a lot of training so that they can become the greatest salesperson. So, but guess what? The same like I mentioned, if you could do or learn or attend, even pay to go to these seminars, and you could learn all the techniques, but unless you believe in yourself that you're able to do them, you're not going to do them. And I tell you by experience, I have been attended, gone, pay, do all kind of stuff in my lifetime. And unless I believe in myself, unless I tell myself and start working on myself and taking time on myself towards that particular thing, it's not going to happen. You agree with me? And next thing that we have to work on, besides believing in ourselves, and we have talked about this many times, is that self-talk. Is that not only telling yourself that you're going to do it, but telling yourself that you can do it. Remember that book we mentioned weeks ago about what do you say when you talk to yourself? I'll go ahead and put it in the comments as usual when I mention any book so that you could refer to it later. Look at the book, get the Audible, get the PDF. You could print it and read it. You don't even have to buy it before. Or if you have an Audible account, you can look for it, but I'll put it in the comments later, right? What do you say when you talk to yourself? And again, disclaimer, I don't get paid for any endorsement. As usual, I tell you, I do recommend these books because they have been such a great help for me. So that's why I recommend it to you. And next thing that you want to do besides, taking more time for yourself, as far as getting to know yourself so that you could go ahead and start, taking those steps, also believing in yourself, how you talk to yourself, but also focus on what it is that you want to do. Sometimes, and let me say it this way, many times we are all over this place, scattered all over the place, because we don't know how to say no. Again, that's another topic. We're not going to talk about it today. Maybe we'll talk about it in a few weeks about how to learn to say no. But because we are all over the place and we're not focused, we're not able to start or continue, or we're starting and stopping all the time, right? One thing that you see a lot on social media is about you are the creator of your path, or you are the director of your life, or you are the star of your life, the main person of your life. But if you don't follow these little steps that we're talking about today, it doesn't matter who you are to your script if you don't take your own script seriously. You follow what I'm saying? Another thing, I know it's real easy, like I always say, based on how society is, or how things that are happening day to day, it's real easy to get on a negative path or negative talk. But we have to fight that. We definitely have to fight that. We have to have that inner push. You have to tell yourself, it's like when you tell a child you're doing this, or you have to do this, or if it's your homework, or if it's your chores, you have to tell yourself that same thing. Sometimes we don't have courage to tell ourselves, don't do it, because sometimes it's easier to go that route. But we have to go against the grain. We have to go against the masses if you want to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And next thing is, along with developing yourself, is that time that we spend, and we've spoken about this many times, is that time that we spend on things that are keeping us from where we want to go. Things that are not relevant, that are not important. We're not talking about, remember I always have that disclaimer, we're not talking about your leisure time. Yes, we got to rest. Yes, we have to, spend some time with our family or with our friends. Yes, we need to sometimes kind of check out and be on our own and don't do anything. I'm not talking about that kind of time. I'm talking about things that are not relevant towards where you're going. I think we spoke about it last week. If you are not going to be doing something, or you feel that you don't want to be doing something in the next 5 years, 5 months, 5 weeks, why are you doing it today? Why are you spending time or wasting your time on it? So to me, that's very important. I made a couple of notes because I want to make sure that I speak to you about this topic properly. Again, so important. Just like you feel your word is important, you want somebody to value your word, do it for yourself. Just tell yourself, have that integrity for yourself. If you said you're doing this today, I have a mentor a long time ago. I had a mentor, this mentor a long time ago that used to say, I'm going to use his example. He was a salesperson. And he used to say, he put 10 pennies in his pocket. And unless he spoke to 10 people that day, he wouldn't come home. So every time he spoke to somebody, hi Shanique, every time he spoke to somebody about his business, about the product that he was selling, he would take 1 penny from the right side of the pocket and to the left side of the pocket. So at the end of the day, when he thought he was finished and he would check on the right pocket and he had 2 pennies left, that means that he had to talk to 2 more people regarding his product, whatever it was he was selling. So why don't we use that? Maybe you can't start with 10. It might be hard if you're starting this for the first time. Just put 5 pennies in your right pocket. Although a lot of us don't have, currency in our pockets anymore because we're using the plastic, we're using our debit cards, but purposely look for 5 pennies and put them in your right pocket. And you're going to do 5 things daily towards your goal. You don't have to be a salesperson, whatever it is. And every time you do one, you take that penny, either you put it in your left pocket or just take it out of your pocket. I don't want you to get confused and have 4 in the left and say, oh, you already did 4, or vice versa. So if you want to take out 1 penny from your pocket, or if it's a lady and you don't have pockets, you want to use a purse, however it is, every time that you do something towards your goal on a daily basis, you take out that penny. You might want to start with 3. It doesn't matter. But you have to find a way to keep your word to yourself. That's the point right there. You have to find a way. If you're finding that you're maybe procrastinating or it's challenging to get started and you start and stop. Remember, every time that you start and stop, it's harder. Just like if you used to go to the gym and religiously used to go to the gym, and I know a lot of my friends that used to go to the gym before the pandemic started, and then now the gyms have started to are opening up, or they have limited people at the gym, instead of like todo el mundo go in, now maybe just they could have half of the people, and they have areas for individuals to work out because of social distancing. I know a lot of people that find it hard to get back into the groove. And these are people that are accustomed of working out, and that's their lifestyle. So much less for some of us, if we continue starting and stopping on the things that we have to do towards our goal, it's going to be worse. So that's why I recommend, you don't have to do what I say. I recommend, if you're just starting out towards your path, whatever your goal is, just put 2 or 3 pennies in your pocket. It could be, you could keep a tally. And you tell yourself at the end of the day, 3 things I would have had to do towards my goal. I find that very helping. It helps me a lot. Because as we work towards our goal, we got to create those habits, right? And it's not easy to create those habits, especially things that we, not accustomed to doing. The same thing like in your job, right? A lot of people that I know, as a matter of fact, and not even that I know, statistics say, because they have done their research and their studying, 74% to 85% of individuals are not happy at their job. And I'm sure many of you out there say, me. But guess what? We go to our job because we have to. A lot of us go to that job because we have to. We have bills to pay. We no longer live in a society that we could give somebody a dozen of eggs and they give us 2 chicken. We live in a society that is depend on currency. So we have to work. So many individuals, up to 85% are not happy at their jobs. And it's not because it's a job, it's because it's that job, right? So if that is you, Because you know I always talk about business, but I have to give it up for the people that have the I don't want to say fortitude, but that they're good at jobs, because that's what, jobs are there for a reason, to take us from point A to point Z, or point A to point B. Okay, but if that is you that is unhappy in that job, use the 5 penny effect. Every day, it could be 2, 3, 5 pennies. Every day, do something towards you either changing jobs, changing positions, looking for another job, but staying in that job day after day without doing something to change your situation is not gonna help. You're just going to be more frustrated. And the reason I tell you that, one of the reasons, is I know plenty people, but 1 or 2 in particular people that I've known in my life, when comes Sunday afternoon, because they work from Monday to Friday, when comes Sunday afternoon and they start winding down because Monday is the next day and they're going to work, they get physically sick. I'm telling you, when I say stomach ache, headache, nausea, and you know that is sad. I mean, if you know that's how you feel, if you're that individual, or you going through that and I even realize what it is, right? Check and see why every Sunday, why every Sunday afternoon you feel sick. Because you're doing something that you're not happy, that you're unhappy. It's against your grain, it's against of what you want to do. So your subconscious is making your physical body get sick. Right now, I'm not saying that you gotta up and leave your job. I always say that we gotta be smart. But if that is you that is unhappy, use the 5 penny effect, and every day do something, if not only to change jobs, to leave that job and do what you want to do as far as this business, to get a better job, a different position in the same enterprise. But let's not live unhappy, my friend. Definitely, let's not live unhappy. So the topic today is committing to yourself towards the things that you said you were going to do. Remember, we started in September. A lot of us made our list. We made our research. We made our list. Pros and cons. A lot of stuff. Working on our habits. But unless you commit yourself to those things that you wrote down, it's not going to happen, my friends. It's not going to happen because we have so many things bombarding us. Not only negativity around us. Fear of rejection. That's one that we got to work very, very hard on. So that one, no matter what, my friends, whatever it is you're doing, business, job, relationships, you're going to get rejected. We don't live in a perfect world. And you always see, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. So if you want a different job, I know also many people that have talked to me about their story, and they have applied to a particular position, not only maybe in the same organization or enterprise, but another place where they want to work. I know this particular lady that applied to this position that she wanted, and this is somebody that is college educated, been to university, have degrees and all of that, and she was working in a place where she was happy, she was kind of content, but she realized there was no room for growth. And she knew she had more to give. So she applied at this place. She loved this place. She did the research. She knew people that worked there and that were very happy. The pay, everything. She was applying to this place for 10 years. 10 years. I don't know if I would have had the patience to keep applying. Not every day, not every week, not every month, but every so often for 10 years she applied. And every time she applied, she had more in her resume as far as experience. Well, long story short, she got the job eventually. And the people that hired her could see, you know, the history. And one of the questions was, you know, why did you keep applying? And, you know, I won't tell you everything that she said, but one of the things that came up is that persistence. So the same with yourself. We're talking about ourselves today, committing to ourselves to do the things that we were going to do to achieve our goals. That's the most important today. So you have to have that courage. You know, courage is not because you're so strong. Courage is doing the things that you're afraid of doing. Keep pushing anyway. Courage is having courage is doing things even though you know you might be rejected. So the same, like we have the courage to go and work 8 to 5, 9 to 6, 6 to 2, 8 to 4 for a whole 40 hours for that week. How you know you're going to get paid? That's an inside joke. Don't worry about that one. Well, the same way, you have to commit to yourself and say, you know something? You have to start that inner talk. Remember, what do you say when you talk to yourself? Another example, another analogy I want to use. I use this one a few times as far as our kids is concerned. A little child, 7, 8, 10 months old, baby, starting to walk. That child, that baby, is not thinking about how many times it's going to fall down. All that baby knows is that he or she sees everybody walking about and not depending on anybody getting what they want. And every time that baby falls, what do? We stretch out our hands and we say, come, come, come. Come, 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 baby, come. That's what we say, right? We don't tell the baby, can you stop trying? You see you fell again? How many times you going to fall down? Every day you try to walk and you fall. You know something? Sit down for a while. As a matter of fact, let me put you on your crib. We don't say that. But we say that to ourselves. Not in those words, but we do. Every time we fail on something, we give up. Every time we get a rejection, we give up. Every time that somebody closes the door on us, like the lady that I just told you about, she didn't give up. And let me tell you, right now, she's living the life of her dreams. All through this time, she's been working with this company through the pandemic. I mean, the benefits, that's what she wanted, the benefits, the pay, the environment, the leadership. All of that she was looking for. I'm not just talking about, like sometimes we would say, I wish I worked there, they pay good. No, it wasn't all about the pay. She had actually done all her research. That's why she was willing to wait and continue persisting and kept applying. So back to us. When we have a goal that we so-called committed to because we want to reach our dreams, as soon as something comes across that, disappoints you or discourages you, we stop. That's the equivalent of telling a baby, stop trying to walk. Now put that one in your pot, stir it a little bit, cook it, like my friend Evan say, and digest it. It's the same thing. Every time somebody says no towards what you say you want, not something that's, frugal, that's not important, something that you say, unless you get this, unless you accomplish this, you're not going to be happy. But as soon as some little thing passes by, or somebody tells you something, somebody doesn't believe in your dream, somebody tells you you're not going to be able to accomplish it, is the equivalent of when that baby falls down on the diaper. All you hear is frap, and you telling that baby, don't try again. Now, if that was the case, none of us would be walking. None. Because no baby, no child, no individual, no person, no human being comes out of the belly walking. None. If you have seen one, or if you read of one, or if there's a video, let me know. But we know that's not the case. So if that was the case, if the case that every baby would stop at the first falling down, none of us will be walking from the beginning of history till today. So then why do you, why do I, why do we, as soon as we get a little disappointment, we fold our hands and we're not going to do it? No, that's it. It's too hard. You get my point? Now, I'm not criticizing any of you. I'm not criticizing myself. I'm just working to encourage ourselves, encourage us, like a pastor used to say, to do better. That's all. Like I always say, if there's anything I've said that makes sense to you, or you feel somebody needs to hear this, but you don't know how to tell them, just share the video. Because we all go through it. Right? So commit to yourself, just like you commit to your job, you commit to your family, you commit to your children, you commit to whatever it is. Commit to yourself, and then you'll see how it'll be easier. It's not going to happen overnight. It'll be easier day by day to increase towards whatever it is that you want to do. One step at a time. You know, I always say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, how do you accomplish your goals? One step at a time. And this thing about one step forward and two back, no. One step forward. The next day, one step forward. Yes, you're going to get rejection. Yes, you're going to get closed doors. Whatever it is. But the two steps backwards is when you stop. So if you do one step, stay standing, holding steady, maybe a little wobbly. The next day, one step, another step. You're going to be going forward. So this thing about one step forward and two steps back is not going to work with us. Believe me, I've been there. So I can tell you from experience, no two steps back. It doesn't matter if people say no. It doesn't matter if you get closed doors. It doesn't matter if people don't believe you. It doesn't matter what kind of disappointment, rejection. Just commit to yourself. Let's commit to ourselves as to what it is that we want to do. In any arena. You know, it could be to improve your relationship. Sometimes we say, our relationship is so far gone, I give up. But maybe it's not. You know, maybe it is. I don't know your situation. I'm just saying, you know, give it that one step forward. And if you see a little improvement, the next day, another step forward. So commit to it. Just like we commit to other things. You know, and it's, I could repeat it 1,000 times. But it's really hard. I know it's really hard for us to do things for ourselves. Towards our goal. Or we could do a lot of things that is not towards our goal. You know, I know that for a fact. You know, I'm talking for experience. And I know some of you feel the same way. But when it comes to our goal, that what we have to do on a daily basis, I don't know why we find it so hard. You know, again, I'm talking by experience. You know, I always tell you, I talk about things that I've been through. I'm not taking it from here or from there. I'm talking about things that I've been through. And I know some of you been through the same thing. So, one step at a time. Now, if you're the kind of person that is farther ahead, because now not all of us at the same steps, right? If you're farther ahead and you could do 3-4 steps at a time and you faster, hey, I'm so happy. Share with us. Because I know there's people that's listening that have that challenge. And I'm so happy that you are ahead than where you were yesterday, 2 days ago, 2 months ago. We all are. We started in September. We're going all the way to August. We're going to look back and say, what a year. 12 months is 12 months no matter where you start, no when you start. So we decided we're not waiting till January 1st to make a change in our lives. Whether it's your job, your business, your family, relationship, your bodybuilding, losing weight, gaining weight, whatever it is that you're doing. We decided that we're not waiting till January 1st because it's just a cliche. Oh, when January 1st comes, I'm going to start. And guess what? January 15th, January 10th, February 15th, nothing. Because you didn't make that commitment to yourself. So it could have been September 1st, like some of us started. If you're just starting with us, jump on board. And from today, make a conscious decision from today to start doing things on a daily basis towards your goal. That's it. Nobody's saying that overnight. Nothing happens overnight. The only reason it appears that it's overnight because you haven't seen what the person has been doing behind closed doors, in the dark, towards their goal. So then when they flourish, it appears like it's overnight. So that's why sometimes you get discouraged or disappointed because you think this person came from nowhere and got it done. No, this person been working. They've been at it. They've been committed to themselves. They've been committing to themselves, developing themselves, watching what they talk, watching what they listen to, who they listen to. They actually been the master, the director, the writer of their own script. And I kind of reposted something that I heard that says, do not, I'm sorry that I forgot what it was. Do not go where the path leads you. Go where there is no path and create your own trail. Something like that. Go on the You Are Diamond Facebook group that we have, and you'll see it. I think I posted it there, or if I didn't, I'll repost it there. But my friends, that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Commit to yourself. Develop that habit of committing to yourself, because that is something that we have to work on, right? So, a couple of things I want to say before we finish. Again, it's a supermarket effect. Anything that I have said that you feel makes sense to you, you grab it, you use it. If not, just leave it on the shelf. If anything that I have said makes sense to you and you feel that someone else needs to hear it, feel free to share this video. I will put the link of the Facebook group so that you could join You Are Diamond for daily motivation, inspiration, encouragement, only positive. You could post anything you want as long as it's positive. We have a screening process to make sure that no negative comes in this group because there's enough negativity around us. So we don't need to every day go on and read negative things. We have enough things, negative things bombarding us. I take my time every 2 or 3 weeks to schedule these posts, positive posts for you and for me. I really don't have the time to do it daily, so I take my time. That's why when it's a group, you can schedule posts. So if you have a group that you're in, or that you are the creator of that group, and you find it hard to be posting things for the people that's in your group, because that's why you have that group, because you want people to know about either your product or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, go ahead and schedule them. So that's why sometimes you have 3 or 4 a day, because I take sometimes a Sunday afternoon and schedule 2 weeks out, so that on a daily, if nothing else is positive, at least you could go and check that out and get some positive inspiration and motivation on a daily basis. I'll also go ahead and add this video to my YouTube channel, which I'm working on, and I'll add my link on the comments, so that if you want to share any of the videos with someone and they're not on Facebook, you could share it through YouTube, which was my daughter's idea. You know, Bella said not everybody she knows is on Facebook, and she wanted them to listen to a particular topic that we spoke about. So that's why I created a YouTube channel. It's just maybe got, I'm not sure if about 10 videos or so, but with your help, we're going to go ahead and keep adding and growing. We just kind of started out. So again, my friends, I appreciate for you sharing this time with me today. Remember, commit to yourself is as important as when you commit to other things. Self first. Of course, I'm not talking about you better than or this person or that person. I'm not talking about that whoever you believe in, you go first. No, we all have, whether you believe or you don't believe, you have a higher power. You don't have to believe what I believe, but everybody has a higher power that they look up to. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about when it comes to your dreams and your goals. Commit to them. Commit to yourself. That integrity to yourself. You know, I'm going to do this. Okay, well, certain things I have to do so that I can accomplish my goals, so then I can live my dream. When you see other people living their dream, it's not they lucky. No, they work. They work hard at it. You know, you didn't see them work hard at it, but they work hard at it. You know, and you might say, oh, well, such and such have a thing. They got this because they won the lottery. Trust me, most of the people that win the lottery and they didn't work for it, just like they won it, just like that they lose it. Because they haven't developed that integrity to themselves, those habits. Anyway, I appreciate you. I definitely look forward to talking to you next Tuesday. And if you have any questions about this or any other topics that we have discussed, or any of the other videos that I have posted regarding my job, feel free to contact me. Again, you're a diamond. Don't forget that. Bye for now.